I am a 53-year-old, ordinary female, 5'3", and 150, 159. 2 years ago, in my last powerlifting meet, I did an 85 squat, 42.5 bench, and 100 deadlift. My name is Morgan.
What made you start barbell training?
I wanted to be able to lift my motorbike.
What was your motorbike?
My motorbike was a Honda Shadow 125.
Damn.
It was very heavy. I think it was 300 pounds, something like that.
That is a heavy bike.
Yeah.
And when did you take up motorcycling?
God, it must have been... It was 2016, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. It didn't end well.
Yeah, you mentioned it. You came off once, right?
Yeah, basically, that was it.
Yeah.
And then I decided I really liked having all my body parts.
Yeah, I bet you did.
So I just thought, I'll just carry on with this.
Yeah. Why is getting stronger important to you now?
Now, a few reasons. Just for the whole pushing myself and becoming, I suppose, a stronger version of myself. But there's also, when I'm 80, I want to be able to get my own ass out the bathtub.
That's what's up. Why do you think people your age misunderstand strength training?
I think they think it's for men. I think they think you'll end up looking like a fella. That suddenly overnight you're going to grow a beard and turn into some like man, woman. And it's hard.
What would you say to someone your age who's hesitant to lift?
Just do it. Just do it. Just try it. See what happens. What's the worst that can happen?
How has lifting changed your life, physically, mentally, or otherwise?
Physically, I'm definitely stronger, I would say. Mentally, it's probably been the biggest thing because I definitely can handle harder things. I find at work I've actually got more, it's weird because it basically transfers across. So that hard thing that you're doing underneath the barbell, you know you can do that, so you know you're capable of more than you think you are. So it sort of transfers across everything.
You moved house as well. Did you get movers or did you just do that yourself? Or?
Oh, I got movers.
Right. Did you do any of that stuff? Did you pick any of that stuff up?
Yeah.
Like what did you lift and haul around?
My power rack when it was in pieces.
Yeah, they're all heavy chunks of iron, right?
Yeah. Obviously my furniture had to be hoiked about.
That's a lot
boxes.
of manual labour.
It was.
Most people wouldn't do that, right?
And then when I moved out my flat, I actually had to remove all of the carpets.
That's fucking heavy. A full roll of carpet is heavy.
I had to basically chop it all up, remove it. So I went in with a really sharp knife and cut it all up, put it in bags, and away it went.
There you go. Have you faced any challenges starting or continuing your training?
Yeah, lots of challenges. For me, I would say time, work pressures. When I've had to like work a lot more hours, like I've found it quite tricky to fit it in. And the whole sleep thing, because I'm very diligent with all of that. And I just think, well, and I was like, oh, I've got to get me sleep. And when I can't, if I finish work late, and then I have to train late, and then I have to go to bed late, and it kind of compounds.
Yeah. What has been the most surprising thing about getting stronger?
Just how good it makes you feel. And like compared to people half my age, like badass.
Curious, another side question on that. Do people your age who are like in your friend circle, what do they say about you and what you lift and how you train?
Oh, they think I'm absolutely fantastic. Actually today, Jade at the meet at my work do, she went, "You're just brilliant." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, Jade." She says, "No, you are." I just thought, oh, that's like so like really nice.
Inspiration.
But I had them all gripped because I was talking about just how a powerlifting meet works, and I had them all. They were all like, "Okay."
On tenterhooks.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first session, and how do you feel now, today, comparison?
Oh God, my first session. I cannot remember my first session, but I can remember when I first went in, but this is before I had my power rack, and I was in the gym, and I think I was squatting maybe, so I had the bar and maybe a 10 or something on it, and I thought that was a lot. And she was a personal trainer, and now I know she had 60 on the bar. She was squatting 60, so she had a 20 plate on each end and the bar, so that was 60. And at the time, when I was in my little rest break, and I was sat there, and I was looking, I was like, oh my God, look how much weight she's got on that bar. And now I think, yeah, so what? She was squatting 60, that's easy. But at the time, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and what did you squat today, just to give reference?
85.
85 kilos. Tell us about your powerlifting experience.
Yeah, it's probably the most amazing and surprising thing that I've ever done. I was totally nervous, like to the point where I was actually physically shaking. When I got there, I was absolutely terrified. And then some lovely ladies took me under their wing, and it was all right. It was really good. And I surprised myself, and I pushed myself, because originally I was going to do, so it was the deadlift really, because I think the top number, I think you'd said it at 95, which I did on my second. And I was chatting to Esther, one of the ladies that looked after me, and she says, "What are you going to do now?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." She says, "Well, why don't you do 100? And I was like, "I'm not sure." She says, "Well, you've done the 95 that you came for. So what's the worst that can happen? And I was like, yeah, come on, let's do 100. So I did. And it went.
It's pretty cool. What is the most proud of experience in training so far?
I would say a few weeks back, and I think it might have been bench actually, and it was a set of 5, I think, and I missed the rep, but then earlier in the week I think I'd done, it was something like a key, it was something really like pretty close, and I just thought, hang on a minute, you did that for X amount on Monday, like, come on, get a grip. And I did, and it went.
Any lifts today you're especially happy with?
Squat.
85.
85, because the squat, I've had elbow problems with it, knee slide, you name it, I've had it, depth problems, you know, I've probably had everything wrong with my squat that it's possible to have. And it really hasn't been going anywhere. So to do 85, even for a single, is a big...
Put some context, people don't understand what that means to you. So refer back to your meet, I guess.
Well, 85 was the highest number that I actually did at the meet, which was coming up 2 years ago, but it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride since, in the 2 years since. Like, I've had technical issues, injuries, house move, all sorts of stuff going on, and it's kind of ticked along, but not really gone anywhere spectacular.
So to do that in training?
So to do that in training today, 6 months before my next planned meet, provided all my body parts are still attached to me, then yeah, I just think, well, if I can do that now with a bit of diligence, what could I do?
Why do you keep showing up to train?
Because I love it. And I know what it can do for me. And I know that if I stick in and just keep on going and keep going and don't give up, then eventually it'll yield something.
If you could give one message to people watching this, what would it be?
Try it. Don't give up when it starts getting hard, because it is going to get hard. You will surprise yourself as to what you can do. Yeah, you will, absolutely. And you'll be able to do stuff that you never thought in a million years you could.